Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan Al-Bolkiah Muizzaddin Wad Daulah Ibni Al-Marhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Saifuddin Sa'adul Hayriwaddin Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Negara Brunei Darussalam, Chairman of ASEAN Leaders 2021. The Honourable and Your Excellencies, Heads of States, Presidents and Prime Ministers, Senior Government Officials, esteemed Joint Business Council members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. When we first looked at the ASEAN Priority Economic Deliverables, which aims towards recovery, digitalization, sustainability for economic growth, we identified the challenges, multiple hurdles, documentation, restricting ease of travel, different and inconsistent cross-border and health protocols. Also the need to share data while protecting national sovereignty. So we ask ourselves, how do we overcome these challenges to facilitate economic recovery with a solution that prioritizes both lives and livelihoods? I'm pleased to present to you the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet. Firstly, the ASEAN Digital Gateway. It is an open shared platform that allows each ASEAN member state to control its own citizens' data whilst issuing only public data. This will be encrypted as genuine tamper-proof credentials on private, permissioned blockchain. The gateway drives standardization of cross-border and business entry protocols, while respecting data privacy and protecting interests. Each subscribing member country autonomously integrates its own national COVID response applications and manages its own verifiers, both from the public and private sector. Secondly, the ASEAN Travel Wallet. Like the EU Green Certificate, the wallet back-end administration dashboard allows ASEAN member nations to manage their traveling citizens' health records, integrations, border control verifications, and exchange public keys with the gateway. Travelers can opt to utilize value-add and easy-to-use mobile wallet app. From a traveler's point of view, it is as simple as accessing, storing, displaying a QR code. Detailed and careful configuration on the app will help create safer, contactless border and entry processes while validating travelers' public key encryption securely on blockchain. We call for the collaboration of ASEAN member states, together with businesses, to develop and deploy this gateway and wallet. As a united endeavor, this collaboration would pave the way for an integrated ASEAN economic recovery and a safer travel corridor in the region.
The ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet will facilitate seamless movement in the region, supporting the ASEAN Travel Corridor Framework. Let us join Ahmad, currently living in Brunei, on his journey. He needs to travel to country A for a business meeting and inspect his factory at country C. Ahmad will have to fill in various forms online, submit and upload physical documents for Brunei, country A and country C. Ahmad feels stressed with the inconsistent document requirements and protocols. Ahmad's friend Dran, who lives in country A, then mentioned to him about the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet, ADG-TW, the region's initiative to reopening borders. With this, we will be able to ensure, as much as possible, safer traveling procedures and data exchange through contactless immigration and entry processes, with genuine, tamper-proof, and valid vaccinations on blockchain. We will benefit from a seamless process which facilitates the ASEAN Travel Corridor Framework and multilateral vaccinated travel lanes initiatives, as well as interoperable data sharing from each nation's mobile contact tracing applications. And this will provide a standardized solution and protocols ecosystem across ASEAN. This will resolve misunderstanding, non-recognition, or error in non-standardized protocols of vaccination certifications issued by different countries. Dran spoke about how the ASEAN Regional Travel Corridor has made it seamless and safe to travel. With the ASEAN Travel Wallet, Aman can request the required public information from the relevant national authorities, which will be stored as blockchain credentials on the ASEAN Digital Gateway. The data can be accessed via a QR code through the wallet. Aman is now ready to start his journey. Meanwhile, the system ensures that complete and confidential information is stored only in the national database of the traveler's country of residence. Aman resides in Brunei, so and does his private personal data. He only carries the public version of his data in the ASEAN Travel Wallet, connected and encrypted through the ASEAN Digital Gateway. The encryption is shared as a public key across the ASEAN Digital Gateway while he travels and crosses the border. Aman arrives in country A, and at the immigration checkpoint, he simply presents the QR code from the ASEAN Travel Wallet. The Verifier app scans the QR code and validates the encrypted data through the ASEAN Digital Gateway. With the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet, Aman benefits from shorter queues, contactless checks, bridges language barriers, and standardized verification protocols. In country A, Aman then can go for his business meeting, eat with Dran at his favorite healthy restaurant, and take public transport because businesses and agencies can also use the ASEAN Travel Wallet Verified app to scan his QR code. Aman continues the next leg of his journey to country C. Similarly, at the immigration checkpoint, he repeats the same process with the ASEAN Travel Wallet. Aman once again benefits from shorter queues, contactless checks, bridges, language barriers, and standardized verification protocols. He is ready to face the traffic. Aman then checks into his hotel to serve the required quarantine period. Country C's authorities updates Aman's negative PCR test results into his wallet via the ASEAN Digital Gateway. He is now free to go on site to check his factory. Let us reconnect people and businesses. On board the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet. Recover stronger together. Sama-sama.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, to now join Haslina Taib in the conversation, we'd like to welcome Charles Dorsey, Managing Director, APAC Consensus, and the author of BlockKong, 21 Entrepreneurs and Financiers Leading Blockchain in Hong Kong, for their conversation.
Hi, Charles. Thank you for being able to join us here today. First of all, we would like to take this opportunity to have a closer look at the technology behind the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet project. Through the application of distributed ledger technology, a smart contract in blockchain, trust is facilitated through the collective record keeping maintained by each node and nation, ensuring security and accuracy. There has been a number of projects regionally that have utilized blockchain to take advantage of its benefits. Charles, Consensus has been instrumental in pushing for blockchain within this region and in other regions. Can you share with us your view on the practicality and benefits of building a blockchain platform for collaborative, sustainable digital ASEAN project such as this? In particular, as mentioned in the first panel this morning, the importance of combating cybersecurity, one of the priority economic deliverables for ASEAN this year. How do you make it safe and secure to protect interests of national sovereign data and personal data privacy? Charles.
Thank you so much, Ashina. Thank you for having me. It's a very important question you're touching on here. The beauty of blockchain systems, they are distributed systems. So it allows each nation to keep their data in their domestic geographies and essentially coordinate their efforts. So what we've seen with the COVID is an acceleration on digital society in general. And we need to go one step further in connecting and helping these different systems to work together so that they can exchange information, they can exchange information about businesses, about individual traveling, and really accelerating again the recovery and the brightness of the economy. The way to keep this system secure is essentially to keep them very well organized, and keeping each of the member having their own node, so they can be the owner and the masters of their data, and following also global standards, open source standards, which have been used by many other countries, should it be for central bank digital currencies or some other project in other regions. That's really help to keep the system healthy and accelerate the collaboration and coordination between the nations.
It is amazing, isn't it, the blockchain technology and how data is being arranged into blocks and nodes. Only the nation, each nation will actually keep the privacy of the data, their own data, and then only uses what is ever necessary for the public key for use to transfer border. Now, as economic recovery is a priority for ASEAN, the ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet project is timely, and it will support business travel and reopening of borders. In terms of its use, blockchain can natively integrate its wallet, and as I said earlier on, but it is actually integrating wallets into smartphone mobile apps. And it is ideal to utilize what we already have, especially when Southeast Asia is known as one of the world's fastest growing mobile wallet markets. You know, it's interesting to know what are the concepts involved to transact on blockchain, you know, touching on what we previously said in the actual video that we just displayed earlier. Charles, let us in. What are some of the concepts you would like to share to individuals and businesses in ASEAN who would like to create assets and transact on such innovative regional platforms built on blockchain?
Absolutely, Ashlina. I think the opportunity is really for all. It's an opportunity for governments. It's an opportunity for the private sector. It's an opportunity for the individuals and the small and medium enterprises. The opportunity is to upgrade identity, the same way you can upgrade your computer or upgrade your mobile phone with new software to make it more performant and more able to connect with others. You have the opportunity here to upgrade identity. You have the opportunity to upgrade the way you transact money, and changing the way money moves between countries will have a very deep impact and a positive impact. And it's also an opportunity to upgrade commerce. So upgrading money and upgrading commerce can only be really a very strong value proposition for everyone to start their learning curve and start their journey. And we are very excited by this travel identity gateway and wallet. I think it's just going to show in a very practical ways how this use of technology to coordinate and accelerate collaboration between nations in ASEAN will bring a lot of benefits for all the countries participants.
In terms of national blockchain strategies, more industrial nations are working on this, but developing countries have become the preferred test beds for blockchain technology pilots. The digital gateway will allow ASEAN member nations equal opportunities to participate. Inclusivity has been discussed all throughout today, and it's really important to actually ensure that emerging technologies such as this will actually spread across the region itself, so that we can all gain benefits of utilizing blockchain. The problem with emerging technologies such as blockchain, it has got a historical impact on its connotation, bad connotation. But the actual blockchain itself is a really important technology platform that we could actually move forward in terms of collaboration. So there are also other opportunities to maximize the use of the gateway. Charles, in terms of the region, how can this open platform and standardized gateway be further expanded in terms of digital trade, connectivity, and inclusiveness? You know, let's talk about how we can reach to the last miles, if you like, and how do we actually onboard these guys?
Ashlina, I'd like to build on one of your earlier remarks about ASEAN countries leapfrogging many other regions of the world by having the opportunity to build today critical infrastructures for their respective countries and nations. And that's a very, very good point here. don't be afraid and don't overthink blockchain. Blockchain today are developed in a very casual manner. It's mostly API, and I'm sure everyone in these rooms have teams familiar with API. So it's essentially a software which will help you to coordinate many of your legacy systems. So it does not mean you have to migrate from one way to another and destroy everything to rebuild. Again, it's a very smooth transition. I think it's important to follow standards. It's important to reach out to all the different initiatives, should they be regional initiative or national initiatives on identity, on central bank digital currencies, or many other topics around the blockchain technology to start learning. Everyone have started the learning curve at some point, and if you're starting now, be sure that all these projects are extremely inclusive. They always welcome new participants to help the technology and the collaboration progressing. So I would say follow standards, raise your hand and join current activities within the ASEAN organization and some others, and don't overthink the technology. You will find that within your existing teams there is a lot of people with already very strong digital foundations, which will help them to essentially bring you to the last mile on this blockchain journey. So it's take it one step at a time, and you're going to find the journey way easier than it sounds from the beginning.
That's the beauty about these emerging technologies such as blockchain. Conducive strategies to achieve interoperability beyond ASEAN. Anyone can come on board now or in the next few months or in the next 2 years. It all depends on the will to change. I think one of the things that are that are key to this success of this project is to actually have. We have today the prototype. We are actually open for everyone to test it for the 10 nations, but also just like the EU Green, we also want to have other joint partners involved in configuring and helping design the final milestone. What have you got to say in terms of getting the prototype interesting and then getting it to go live within the year? Charles?
I don't think we are very far away, to be honest. What we need actually now is a handful of early joiners to start to implement this first flow, to start to demonstrate to the other group members that these first corridors between different countries are working and building from there. So the prototype has been doing very well. It's following very clear and strict standards. And it's following also all the experience we've been building all over the world, working with central banks, with governments, with the financial institutions around identity, around the respect of privacy, around cyber security. So all of these core elements are here united into this prototype. So we really warmly invite you to ask for a demonstration, join for some kind of pilot, so we can build and polish this common good for the ASEAN. And I think the concept is really to build something for this group, the ASEAN countries, making sure it's open source, making sure it's following standards, so it can benefit for everyone, and everyone can be playing in the same plane level field when it comes to identity and cross-border travel and transactions.
Absolutely. And what more to actually start from the vaccination travel lane? We already have got standardization on that. So one of the things that really is important, whilst we have a multilateral working environment for the prototype itself, we are welcoming nation to just participate. I think 100 access for this is open from today itself. So something for you to inquire and write about. Now, we don't really have much time for questions, but I really want to take this question because it's really, really fun question. So this is a question from Austin Nasir, who is 12 years old. A question I think he actually gave from through his mother's login. And he said, with this digital travel wallet, can I travel with my nenek I think that's grandma in English, without my mum. So now that is a generation gap question, I think, from us today trying to configure. And then there you go, one generation gap, a child of 12 years old, and then another one that is actually a grandma who probably don't know how to use details of the telephone, but do know how to actually use mobile app. I think my mother knows how to actually use YouTube. So last question, what is the closing remark for you on that question, Charles?
It's a great question. We're going to come back to you with more details on that. But what it's really proving is there is a pull, there is a demand, there is a market fit with this product we've been designing together over the past months. So it's very exciting to see that in the early stage of the solution, the gateway and the travel wallet, there is already hands rising and saying, I want to use it, and I want to use it with my grandma. So it's really exciting to see so much of attention.
Thank you very much, Charles. Unfortunately, my phone is actually pinging, but I can't take any calls. We will answer all the calls through the chat itself. But thank you very much, Charles, for sharing how blockchain can facilitate collaboration between governments and businesses. As our ASEAN families and community emerge from lockdowns and isolation, we rely more and more on emerging technologies such as blockchain to help us live, work, and interact better in the new normal. We hope that we have given you this insight. We look forward to working with you and member states to make this ASEAN Digital Gateway and Travel Wallet project a success. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Haslina. Thank you so much, Charles. Such a family affair. We've discussed moms and dads, grandchildren and nenek. So thank you so much for that. Very engaging discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall return with our next leader keynote address after this short message from HSBC.
We all know what's going on. Millions of voices tell us every day. What we need more than ever is action. We need a game plan. We need ideas that deliver a future of sustained prosperity for us all. We need a business plan for the planet. Because business does. Because business solves problems. Business innovates because business acts globally. Business knows the meaning of now. Business has an eye on the future. At HSBC, we are committing between $750 billion and $1 trillion to drive sustainable transitions over the next 9 years and to support our clients all over the planet and their networks to thrive in a low-carbon economy. HSBC's target is for our own operations and supply chain to reach net zero by 2030 and to help all of our customers achieve the same goal by 2050. We believe that business can be part of the solution. If you do too, join us. Visit business.hsbc.com/BPFP.